Hello, beautiful ignited souls. I am Crimey Queen, and we are ready to dig in. Yes? Okay, I am ready to dig in, and I hope you are as well. Okay, so basically, we are doing bite sizes right now and just throwing things out just to prime our minds, just exposing our minds to things that going to well, information that is going to help us to be able to digest the new way of speaking and thinking and doing and behaving and so on. Because what we had known before, as they say, all things are passed away. Behold, all things are new. New, right here in the middle. So, okay, although we are in the God of Division in the second section, which I'm going to show, okay. So in case you are new to this channel, this is the 14 gods that we have discovered in the scriptures. And I'm not going to go over it. You can sort of stop the video and, see them. And these are the numerical values. And so right now, with all what is happening in our world today, we are experiencing a lot of division. But we see that W is here. And of course, there's a lot of talk about New World Order. And I want to show how this is correlating with how this New World Order correlates with everything right now. So it's not by chance. So basically, we speak of two sets of creation or 14 gods in the Bible. And of course, we can see from this template that we have a pattern of 2764 this way and 2764 that way. It's almost like the Hindus with their loka, the gods or the loka seven heavens and seven hells. This is all whether it's metaphor, however we want to perceive them, but the gods are there. It's how we choose to use them. It's energy. They are really within us. That's where they reside. They're not out of us. Okay, so we have because according to or in reference to some of the videos I have done to show how these gods, the gods came about in creation. It's where we had seven entries where Mother Eve said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and let there be waters. Or to divide the waters above the waters, and so on, and let there be creatures, and so on. But there were seven of these lettings. These lettings I see as letters. This is what, because we also have the spirit of sound mind. And like in reference to the New Testament, I have not given you the spirit of, I have not given you the spirit of fear, but the spirit of sound mind. Let's just do sound mind, just to really, SOUND, and it's MIND. So this is 16354, and this is 10 18 19. So this is 1, and mind is 4954. Adding this together, 9 plus 9 18 19 20 22. So 22 is really like this year is the mind year. It's like we need to mind our P's and Q's, so to speak, mind our language, mind our thoughts, mind everything. So mind is 22. And that also coincides with the of course year 2020, but it also coincides with rock, south, and other words that we had really that generates like death. For instance, when we write the word death, it's 20, but we look talking about 2020. Okay, 22. Okay, but it's the double vibration. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Now that's what I mean about the scriptures is written in mathematical construct, because I have given you the spirit of sound mind. It's just saying to us, I have given you the spirit of Eve. I have given you the spirit of Eve to be able to see that something is good. It not only looks good, you know it is good. Yes. Okay, the spirit of Christ is also 5. I have given you the spirit of Christ. Yes. Okay, or the spirit of life, which is also 23. Um, so let's quickly do this 14 gods and New World Order. So let's call this one New World Order, and we okay, and so before I do this, I have done several videos where I showed that in reference to the videos I did where Mother Eve had those lettings, the last letting when she, or the last letter, which is like, I see like a business, and they were like the gods, like subcontractors, if you like, or contractors, um, and they have the contracts to have their input and say, okay, I am going to create the head, and this one is going to create the legs of us human beings, and another one creates the brain, and so on. They play out and act out different parts or roles in us, and that means they owned the contract. Now, the God who, when Mother Eve says, let us make man in our image after our likeness, the next verse says, and God made man in his own image and likeness. The word own, in fact, in this scripture is in italic as well. That means there is lots of emphasis here in this writing. So he made man in his own, OWN, own image and likeness. But to have done this, he had to, or he had to own the contract. Okay, so he done to own the contract. He's able to do this. He had to win the contract. So basically, like they would be bidding for the contract. Basically, it's the same things that we learn is happening about us as well, that there are the hierarchies who are bidding and contracts, and they are not about money. They are like, you know, it's about power for them, and really, okay, let's bid on this race, or this people, or whatever it is. There's so much happening that probably will scare us too much if we know the whole truth. And so basically, this in the sound mind that I have been given is really saying this is the seed of the gods of creation. This is all not just the illusion, it's all part of it. It's all part of it. And if you wanted to say that there was a set of real gods and a shadow god, it's all part of it, just like we have our shadows as well. So, and he won. So the god won, WON, the contract. But to have won the contract where he owned it, he had to be present. So being present was, he had to look at now, being present. And this was very crucial because this coincides with Mother Eve, the serpent, being in the garden, where, of course, the serpent was like, you give a child a toy and they really play with it, and the toy is, they learn to speak, they learn to communicate through the toy, and that's what it is. The mother, Mother Eve, took on the role of the serpent, and she took on the role of all sorts to be able to bring this light about, if you like. So this is what has happened here. Basically, it's like you're a mother. You you have this communication that you role play with the child, and the child looks at you and learns through your own behavior, and that's what happened. So, and hence there wasn't just one Eve. So I would see it as more than one Eve, and the mother or the senior Eve would say, "Have God said that you should not eat of the fruit of good and knowledge or whatever it is?" And of course, the answer is like, "No, you shall not surely die if you eat of it." So, and there is more to that text, because the wording, the way it is worded, hence again, it is like, you could say there is a play, a game, you could say. And God said, "If ye eat of the fruit," ye is always seen as if you eat of the fruit. So basically, it's not saying that God said I shouldn't eat the fruit. God said if you eat the fruit. But we have been taught this, and we have gone along with what we have learned, and not look at the words, how they have played out, and to see in a numerical way how that impacts on us. So the gods won, and they had to be present. Now, each of these is a numerical value of 7, like 5, 6, 5. And adding this together is 16. So, of course, this is 7, 7, 7. The other thing that is very important to note here when we speak of New World Order is that we see that we have turned all these letters in different directions. That's what creation is about. And that was the crucial part in this text. God created man in his own. It's like almost a message to us to say, take ownership of what you create. Be responsible for what you create. And because you have been given all the resources you have or you need to create in your own image and likeness. And in any case, it's almost like you cannot create from somebody else's image and likeness, because image is really what you visualize. And this is for you to visualize, and to be able to convey what you visualize, you need to be present. Now the word present, which are the same letters as serpent, Present, and it's Serpent. So you can see that how, even from the word serpent and present, there it's like the serpent has been playing this camouflaging again. It's camouflaging. And so that equals 7, because that's 34. 3 plus 4 is 7. So we can see how the next, our role now is to have this N, New World Order would be now NWO. So that's the next one, and with this gives us 4 sevens, 28. 2 plus 8 is 10. And this is telling us, this 10 here coincides with the first word that Mother Eve, meaning the cycle repeats itself, like when Mother Eve says, "Let there be light." So basically, this is where we are at with the same word, or the same word of Mother Eve, to say let. Let, Let. This is 3, 5, 2. Adding this together, this is 8 plus 2 is 10. And that's the New World Order. It's almost like we don't have much choice in what is happening, in the sense of change. Change has to happen. This is the time for change to happen. And it's 2-8. Now, the significance of 2-8 here is that we are in 2020. So it's like saying that there are 2-8s that you have to take in consideration. So let's look at the 2-8s here in 2020. So the word 20 20 is 2. Let's just, there is more to this. I've got to remember this. Yeah. Okay. So it's 2, 5, 5, 5, 2, 7. Adding this together, this is 15, 22, 24, 26. 2 plus 6 is 8. So already we can see how we get the 2 8s. It's like saying 2 8s, because this is another thing. You are to multiply, you are to replenish, you are to subdue and have dominion and be fruitful. These were the fruits that we were, or commands we were first given. So there's 2 8s. Now if we were to do 2 TWO, this is 13. Okay, I'm doing it like, try not to go over all the math, but this is it. 11, 12, 13. This is how we have 13. And then 8 is EIGHT, so trust me on this, is 31. So we can see exactly how we are getting 8 here again. So 2, 2, 8. This was the result we had from 4 sevens 28. And so adding all this together, we have seen we've got 10. 10 coincides with the first word of Mother Eve, let. When she says, let there be, that means we are moving into this new cycle. We are creating man in our own image and likeness. And now we have 13, which coincides with Revelation. And actually, this is the mirror of Revelation 8. Now, 8 is the template. Now, it reminds me, I've been saying template, and template actually equals, was it 11? 11, if we did the numerical value for 11 would be 9, and 9 would be 6, and 6 would be 7, and 7 goes back to 20. 7 in word form, 7 goes back to 20. So we can see how 20 still takes us back to 8, meaning that template really has, because whenever you can do um, the whole sum and get back to this, to whatever number you start with, then you know that this is what it is. Okay, so basically we have 31 here, and 31 is also 8. So but if we did that in numerical values, like 30 is 37, and what 3 plus 7 is 10, and 1 is actually 7, so 1 plus 7 is 8. You can see the template is really playing out here. So anyway, we have 4 here, and we have 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And so this is what the cycle is. It's like we are moving into this new cycle. So no matter how you look at it, and this is coinciding with when Mother Eve ate of the fruit. We see the word set as well, as a new setting is happening, a new creation is happening, a new movement is happening. And so this is what the new world order is. Now there's another point that I really wanted to make, but as I say, I want to do this in bite sizes. I want to conclude on the word now, NEWWORLD, New World Order, ORDER. And let's just see what numerical values we get on this. So new is 6, we've done this, and world is 9. We have done this several times, and order is 1. What I need to double check is 5, 9. Adding this together is 14, 18. 18 plus 15, 18 plus 15, this is 4, 13, 33. 33. Okay, 8, 12, 13. Yes, 33. And so this would be 6. Okay. So 6 plus 6, 12, and plus 9, this is 11, so it's 21. So 21 is actually 21 is actually 3. And what is very important for us to see here, when I speak about Mother Eve, first spell, the first spell of Mother Eve, when she says, "Let there be light," and there was light. Basically, this is where we are saying New World Order is replacing this. It equals 12, and we see 21 is being reflected as 12. We could say it's mirroring that. But the numerical value there is 3. Now, 3 is what sets things into motion. This is what I have been really speaking on and really wanting to show, that 3, this, even the word 3. So we have 3, and 3 actually is the vibration that sets things into motion as a 3 and as an E. It could actually look like 8 if we wanted it to. We could also see it as a 6-petal flower here. We could also see it as 8-petal flower. M, E, 3, W. And actually, this is, once we have this, we are now on 8, because 8 is the setting. It's the symbol of infinity that carries that motion of everlasting, of infiniteness. Okay, so I feel that this is very useful for us to prime our minds to see, for instance, 1-8 is really a template that that is like this is the template. We are moving into this template along with the god of settings, the set god, and the set god is coinciding with the divided god at this, should we say, we are, oh, this is what I meant to show you as well. So we looked at New World Order, and we were on 3. We ended on 3, and this is what I really wanted to show, that we are on the divided God, and we have ended up on 3. 3 is actually 2, and this is telling us that we are, this is confirming, this is exactly where we're at. The fifth God, but is the divided God. The fifth God comes in this fifth position, and this is where we see that he has the key to lock, to leave some in and leave some out. This is what it's about, and we see that he has the free vibration that sets things into motion. Doing the numerical value for the word 3, gives us 2, and this is where we have this 2 sets of the gods again going. Of course, we can see the pattern of 276 and another pattern of 276. So this is what I really want to show. We need to prime our minds and see that there are deep secrets in this that needs to be unwrapped and unraveled for us to really get into a new way of doing, thinking, and speaking and being, for us to be the creative beings that we truly are meant to be. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and of course, stay ignited.